book of Matthew, chapter 26, verse 1, it reads, "And it came to pass, when Yahushua had finished all these sayings, he said unto his disciples, Ye know that after 2 days in the feast of the Passover, and the Son of Man is betrayed to be crucified. Then assembled together the chief priests and the scribes and the elders of the people unto the palace of the high priest, who was called Caiaphas, and consulted that they might take Yahushua by subtlety and kill him."
All right, so this is leading up to the Passover, which is going to be also the day Yahushua is crucified. All right, so that's why this day is very serious. This is the day that the Lord killed our enemy, and this is the day the Lord sacrificed our Savior, delivering us. Salakia, that's a scam likely. Good.
But they said, "Not on the feast day, lest there be an uproar among the people." Now when Yahushua was in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head as he sat at meat.
All right, so he's pretty much sitting at a table eating, and this woman was going to wash his feet. Go ahead.
Right. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, "To what purpose is this waste?"
Right. See, their mind was in a carnal state. And so when they seen that, they said, "You're wasting the oil." But watch what Yahushua says. Go ahead.
For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor.
They were worried about money. They didn't need money. Yahushua was doing miracles where they were eating. Right? And Yahushua liked to drink wine. You don't think they had wine? They were eating and drinking. But guess what? They were worried about money. Alright? But they should have been worried about right now. We should be worried about Yahushua more than we're worried about money right now.
Right.
This money is about to be over. Biden already signed it in, on pretty much on paper. This money is gone. It's out of here. So, hey, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, we need him to send his son to save us.
When Yahushua understood it, he said unto them, "Why trouble ye the woman?
Right.
For she had wrought a good work upon me."
So it was a good thing what she did. But to the men that they were holy men, but they're only disciples at this time. They didn't understand it. Like he was going to teach them. There's deeper meaning to this. Remember, like we were saying earlier, the moving the leaven out of the house. Some people you might think it's waste. A waste of energy, a waste of time. But there's deeper meaning to what we're doing. There's deeper value than you can see.
They talk about Shabbat, but Shabbat was made for the man, right?
Right. But see, the Sabbath, really, are we able to keep it to its perfection? No. Because really, you're not even supposed to have the light in your house. You're supposed to be out with the men in the truth. Which all the men were to be in the truth. Really, what you would do is you go and pretty much dedicate this day to the Lord. Right now we do it by, praying and, somebody's got to work on this day now. So that's the thing. That's why there's more. You're not saved by what you're doing. You're saved by what you believe you're doing it for. Just like their faith healed the Israelites. Remember, there were certain Israelites that had ailments, and when Yahushua would heal them, he said it was your faith that healed you. Your faith is what made you whole. Your faith in what? That Yahushua was sent by Yahweh. And we show that faith by doing this work. By telling the world that Yahushua is the true Messiah and he's going to return.
For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always.
Right? So the poor, you always have the poor. Are the poor Israelites right now? Yeah. And they're getting poorer. So really, the Lord didn't put us on this earth to get rich and try to feed the poor. Right? Go ahead.
For in that she had poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial.
See, that's like a heathen thing. I was telling the brothers recently, you know, I can see these heathens starving, trying to save their food. They got food, right? And they starve themselves trying to save it for tomorrow. That's how fucking stupid these people are. And that's what carnality will do to your mind. And where does that carnality thinking come from? Esau.
As a lot of people hoard it.
Right. Hoard anything. That's why there's addiction. Because for whatever reason in your mind, there's going to be a shortage. When there is no shortage. There is a shortage happening, but that's because the elite of this world is causing a shortage. All right, Revelation 6. They bring forth famine, death, and destruction. Go ahead.
Verily, I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this, that this woman hath done, be told for a memorial of her.
Hey, that's the spirit that we got this part. Because I was going to have the brother jump down, but through the spirit, you know, you hear the Lord say, no, just read through it. And look, it said, as a testimony, this is Yahushua's spirit. The spirit of prophecy. Yahushua prophesied and said, this woman will be spoken of wherever in the world you are speaking of him. Where are we? We're in Colorado. We're on literally the opposite side of the world. In what time? What era? And this happened, what, thousands of years ago? See, only the Bible has this power. No other book. Go ahead.
And one of the 12, called Judas Iscariot, went unto the chief priests and said unto them, what will ye give me, and I will deliver him unto you? And they covenanted with him for 30 pieces of silver.
Right. Which they wanted him to show them who was Yahushua.
And from that time he sought opportunity to betray him. Now the first day
But you got to remember, there's Judas Iscariot's all over. Apostle Tahar always talks about that. In this Passover, you're even going to have spies and undercovers, and even if they're not agents of Esau, you got agents of Satan. All right. So that's why you gotta get yourself. It says pretty much judge yourself first. You know, get the mote out of your eye so that you can help with the stick that is in your brother's eye. You know.
Now the first day of the feast of unleavened bread, the disciples came to Yahushua, saying unto him,
which is the day of Passover. The first day of unleavened bread is that Passover day. So this is the day Yahushua is about to be crucified.
Passover.
Right. What she did was the night before.
Where wilt thou that we prepare for thee to eat the Passover?
Right. So where should we eat the Passover? Right?
And he said, Go into the city to such a man, and say unto him, The master said, My time is at hand. I will keep the Passover at thy house with my disciples.
With his disciples. Did he say with everybody? They're going to have a Passover party? No. Just him and his disciples. Just think, Yahushua was about to die. You know, you remember the Garden of Gethsemane. He said he was sweating blood. You don't think those nerves were already activated on him now? You know?
And the disciples did as Yahushua had appointed them, and they made ready the Passover. Now when the even was come, he sat down with the 12, and as they did eat, he said, Verily I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me. And they were exceeding sorrowful, and began every one of them to say unto him, Lord, is it I? And he answered and said, He that dippeth his hand with me in the dish, the same shall betray me.
Same will betray me. Which is Judas the Iscariot. He was one of the 12 disciples.
Right. The Son of Man goeth as it is written of him, but woe unto that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed.
Right, which those two there are betraying Yahushua today. They're rejecting Yahushua. They're taking the chip. They're selling out. See? They took the jab. They're selling out. Right? So now you're going to suffer a great death. Judas Iscariot didn't die a nice death, man. He hung himself and his belly blew open. Tore open and all his guts came out, and then the birds fed on him.
What was did they call that a certain name? Where it happened? For Judas Iscariot?
Well, he lynched himself.
I can't remember.
Disemboweled?
Huh?
Disemboweled?
Yeah, they called it a certain name, that place.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can't remember.
It had been good for that man if he had not been born.
Right, so it would have been better for Judas not to be born. But you got to remember, this goes to the Israelites that are not acting like Israelites.
Yeah, the two Jews.
Judas, it goes back to Judah. His name was Judah. Right? And he was acting like an Israelite. Right? But he wasn't. That's what this leaven is to represent, the hypocrisy. Let's see. Let me pull it up. I know it's in the New Testament. It says, which the apostles brought out a good point, that it tells you that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump, which is Galatians 5:9. And little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. Hey, just like, salt, you could put salt and then stir it and it'll spread around in your food, right? Sugar, same thing. You put it in your coffee and you stir it, it spreads around. That's why it says to get rid of the leaven, because a little leaven, a little hypocrisy, a little being fake, a little lying, a little wickedness, it'll corrupt the whole lump of the whole camp. It'll destroy the whole camp.
Deception.
Right. Let me see.
Then,
hold on real quick. Oh, here it is. Luke 12, verse 1. In the meantime, when there were gathered together an innumerable multitude of people, he began to say unto his disciples, First of all, beware ye of the leaven of the Pharisees, which is hypocrisy. See what I'm saying? And that hypocrisy, in Greek, it would be hypocrite.
Yeah.
And that goes back to being an actor. You're just acting like you're following the Lord.
Especially those Pharisees.
Yeah, they were just acting like they were righteous.
Right.
That's why the Lord was hanging out with what they considered prostitutes and sinners. Because he's like, these people keep it real. They got some problems, but they keeping it real, you know. You have the Pharisees that look like they did no sin, but in fact they were doing all the sin in the back.
Yeah, they go out there and like they're fasting and show their faces like they're suffering, you know. So they got their reward.
Just like the one, oh, I purged all the leaven out of my house.
Yeah.
They do all this extra when they're not even getting the little things right. See?
Then Judas, which betrayed him, answered and said, Master, is it I? He said unto him, Thou hast said.
And you know what? Yahushua cut him when Mary Magdalene, the same one that washed his feet, remember the woman of adultery, she was brought forth before Yahushua.
Yeah.
And they said, what should we do to her, Master?
Right.
She was caught in the act of adultery.
Yeah.
Well, Yahushua said, the first one that sinned not, the sin of what? The sin of adultery. But they couldn't cast a stone because they did the same shit.
Right.
So he was showing them, you're a hypocrite right there.
Right.
You're just acting like you're holier than thou. But you're over here committing adultery, sleeping with another man's wife. On top of it, idolatry, because they were teaching the Israelites to pretty much love the Edomite.
Yeah.
See? So the Lord knew and he showed he knew. All right, and that's why they became violent. Just like right now. We watch when Israelites die and they get put on video. What happened when that one Israelite died? The one from Rap the News. Then we get all kinds of hate from his side. He's like, you motherfuckers, you don't even know. We try to see you motherfuckers. We're going to see who's bad. Well, how much more Esau that has the ability to kill you?
Right.
When shit goes bad for him and we're telling him what it is, that's why he eventually comes down with great wrath, because he knows his time is short. Just like these 2/3, they get upset when judgment happens and we point it out to be judgment. They get mad and they want to kill us. That's why he says, all the nations are going to hate us for the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Because bad things are going to happen to all these people and we're going to say, that's because Yahweh Shai is coming back.
They love Esau.
They love Esau.
And as they were eating, Yahushua took bread and blessed it, and brake it, and gave it to the disciples, and said, Take, eat, this is my body.
Right, and this is unleavened bread. This is the Passover meal of Yahushua.
And he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, Drink ye all of it.
Right.
For
So he had what? A cup of water? Wine. All right, go ahead.
For this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many for the remission of sins.
Right. Which, are we supposed to be drinking blood?
No.
No, it's a metaphor. All right?
He shed his blood.
Right. It's an analogy.
On the cross.
Right. It's a parable. So that blood being the blood of the grape, wine, was a symbol of what he was about to do for us. Because he wasn't crucified yet. Remember that.
Right.
He was telling them he pretty much, the physical was going into what was about to happen.
Right.
See? Once again, the physical don't save us. Us, guess what? You got fucking heathen out there saying that they celebrate Pesach. They celebrate Passover. You have Amalek probably doing all the things more better than Jake. But does that make them holy or righteous? No.
You're still their seed.
Right. If you're an Edomite, you're an Edomite. If you're a 2/3, you're a 2/3. But for the elect, this is a righteous act.
This is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many for the remissions of sins.
For the remission of sin. To who? We got it earlier, Romans 7. To the Israelites.
But I say unto you...
I'm sorry, Romans 9. Go ahead.
But I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine, until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom.
So he hasn't received his reward. Yahushua did all that he did. He was crucified, died, resurrected, but he hasn't received his reward for over thousands of years. That's how great he is. And now when he returns, that's what we're going to do. We're going to receive that reward with him. We're going to drink that wine in that chariot, celebrating the destruction of Babylon. The destruction of who? The Roman Edomites.
And when they had sung a hymn, they went out into the Mount of Olives. Then said Yahushua unto them, all ye shall be offended because of me this night, for it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock shall be scattered abroad.
Right, which when they were, Yahushua was arrested, they were persecuting all the disciples. Remember Peter? They said, hey, you know him. You were one of his men. And what did Peter say? I didn't know him. Remember, Yahushua prophesied that. He said, you're going to deny me 3 times by the time the crow cries. You know, the crow is going to cry 3 times and you're going to deny me 3 times. But the Lord made it where he was able to be forgiven. What did he ask? What did he tell Peter? When he came back from the dead, he said, Peter, do you love me? Yes, Lord. Well, feed my sheep. Peter, do you love me? Yes, Lord. And feed my lambs. Feed my flock. Do you love me, Lord? I mean, do you love me, Peter? And Peter said, he was getting frustrated. You know I love you, Lord. But it hit him. I denied him 3 times. See? So that's why the Lord gives you all these things, but he also makes a way out for you. Yahushua is our way out.
But after I am risen...
But it's obedience to Yahushua. See? It's obedience to Yahushua.
Right.
Feed his sheep.
Right. But after I am risen again, I will go before you into Galilee. Peter answered and said unto him, though all men shall be offended because of thee, yet will I never be offended. Yahushua said unto him, verily, I say unto thee, that this night before the cock crow thou shalt deny me thrice. Peter said unto him, though I should die with thee, yet will I not deny thee. Likewise also said all the disciples. Then cometh Yahushua with them unto a place called Gethsemane.
Which means an oil press. And this is where Yahushua bleeds blood. I mean, sweats blood. He's being pressed like the oil. Because one of the things you have at the Passover is oil. Alright? You should have oil and put it upon your head and upon your people around. Just like Yahushua was what? Anointed with oil. see?
And said unto
I'm sorry. What does his blood do? Cover us. It anoints us. You know, like spider. A spider doesn't stick to his web. Why? Because they have oil on their tips of their legs so that they don't stick. That oil allows them, just like water to flour. You know? You put oil in flour or water in flour, it doesn't allow it to stick to you.
Water and oil.
Right. Well, that's what Yahweh Shai is. He's our defender. He's that buckler for us. He's the one that protects us from the wrath of Yahweh.
And said unto the disciples, sit ye here while I go and pray yonder. And he took with him Peter and the two sons of Zebedee, and began to be sorrowful and very heavy. Then said he unto them, my soul is exceeding sorrowful, even unto death. Tarry ye here and watch with me.
What she did was the Lord put all the pressure of Israel's sin on him. So he didn't just suffer physically, he suffered emotionally. You know, that gut-wrenching sadness?
Yeah.
That's what he was going through. You know?
And he went a little further and fell on his face and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt.
Another thing, as we go through this Jacob's trouble, there will be a day that you do that. All of us will. There will be a day where you're on your knees, you're face down, and you're going to be begging Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai to save you. Alright? And that's what we're going to be doing. The rest of this world, they don't know what they're going to be doing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's what sets us apart. I hear it so many times. I hear these money videos. What are people supposed to be looking to run to? There's nothing that's going to save you. At the end, your food runs out, your water runs out, your gold gets stolen. Then what? You live for a couple of days. How long are you going to live if there's a fucking zombie apocalypse? Of a virus just spreading all over the earth. See, but we have hope because we have Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. And we were made to save ourselves. We were made to ask for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai to save us. See?
Can't save ourselves.
And we were never made to save ourselves. Right.
And he cometh unto the disciples and findeth them asleep, and saith,
what verse are you on? What verse?
Matthew 26, verse 40.
There you go. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Come on. Matthew chapter 26, verse 40. And he cometh unto the disciples and findeth them asleep, and saith unto Peter, what could ye not watch with me 1 hour? Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak.
It's weak.
He went away again the second time and prayed, saying, O my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it, thy will be done.
So Yahweh Shai is explaining what he was experiencing. The spirit, you want to do what's right, but the flesh is weak. We just read it in Romans 7:14. The law is spiritual, right? When you read these words, you know how it's given like in a metaphor, and Ezekiel eat the whole roll?
Yep.
Well, are you supposed to eat a Bible?
No.
No, it's not literal.
Right.
It's figurative speech. See, and that's what we're doing. We're getting the true understanding. These words are spiritual. They go into our mind. But I am carnal. But my body puts out commandments that sometimes it makes me want to obey it, which is sin.
Sinful body.
Because that's a way of a beast. A beast obeys his instinct.
Right.
A man of the Lord, a man of Israel, all right, we're controlled by laws of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, which comes through his spirit. See? But our spirit today is to prophesy.
And he came and found them asleep again, for their eyes were heavy. And he left them and went
So
away.
you got Jake sleeping right now. Right now, we're about to go into Jacob's trouble, and you got Israelites getting weak, falling asleep at watch. This is the time of judgment, and you got Israelites that are in the truth getting weak. They're getting tired. And we're about to be persecuted like no other time. Yeah.
And he left them and went away again and prayed the third time, saying the same words. Then cometh he to his disciples and saith unto them, Sleep on now, and take your rest. Behold, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is betrayed into the hand of sinners.
And you know what he just say? Hey, just keep sleeping. Shit, it's time for me to go. You know?
Rise, let us be going. Behold, he is at hand that doth betray me. And while he yet spake, lo, Judas, one of the 12, came, and with him a great multitude with swords and staves from the chief priests and elders of the people. Now he that betrayed him gave them a sign, saying, Whosoever I shall kiss, the same is he. Hold him fast.
Right, that's him. And that's what he did. He pointed him out.
And forthwith he came to Yahushua and said, Hail, Master, and kissed him. And Yahushua said unto him, Friend, wherefore art thou come? Then came they and laid hands on Yahushua and took him.
So what's about to happen? The persecution of the saints. Why? Because the kingdom of this world is being destroyed. And we're rejoicing over it. We're prophesying of it. So they're going to blame us.
Oh, yeah.
See? Their cage is getting rattled. And so they're going to blame us. And remember, this ain't even the Edomites. Did Pontius Pilate tell them to go get him? No. It wasn't even Pontius Pilate's orders for him to go get Yahushua. It was the Israelites. It was their whole plan to sell them to the Edomites. That's the whole plan. They wanted to arrest him, which they were paying Judas the Iscariot to be a spy, right? So that they would have a reason to arrest him and bring him before the Edomites to have him put to death. So in this time, who's going to betray you more? It's going to be the Israelites.
Yeah. The 2/3.
The 2/3 are going to be betrayal to the Israelites. They're going to snitch. They're going to go run to them and say, hey, I know where the Israelites live in this house. Even your family members, wives, children, even husbands to wives. They're going to betray each other. Remember, you read it in Matthew 24 that that one shall the love of many, one shall betray another, because the love of many shall wax cold. Matthew 24. Go ahead, Nicole.
And behold, one of them which were with Yahushua stretched out his hand and drew his sword and struck a servant of the high priest and smote off his ear.
Right? So he got angry and got carnal and pretty much cut off the ear of that man, which shows he was very good with the sword, and that he was ready to die for Yahushua. Because it would have been a suicide mission. Because you had the army, pretty much military men, coming for Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 26, verse 52. Then said Yahweh Shai unto him, Put up again thy sword into his place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword.
Right. So the gun can't save you. Which back then they had swords, but a sword could be a gun. Alright? We're not supposed to fight against this persecution. Alright? Some men will get spiritual power and they'll be delivered from it, but we're not supposed to go against Esau with violence. Alright? Because we're a living sacrifice. And we gotta suffer just like our master. But not all of us are gonna die. Alright? Some will. That's their lot in the prophecy. But then there's some that are going to get spiritual power. And at the end of the day, we're all going to win anyway. Because Yahweh Shai is coming back. And them that died in him actually are going to be with him. And you got to remember, there's a great honor in that sacrifice.
Right.
Alright? Go ahead, Jacob.
Honorable.
Yeah.
Thinkest thou that I cannot now pray to my Father, and he shall presently give me more than 12 legions of angels?
Right, you don't think if he was to swing on them, that all these angels would come? You know, if that was his desire. That's why really he had to take the power from Yahushua. Going through all that emotion at the end. You don't think he wanted to kill those Edomites that stabbed him and shit?
Oh, yeah.
The Lord took that power from him so that he couldn't come off that cross. Because he had power, great power.
Yep.
And that's why when he was crucified, he said, my power, why have you forsaken me?
Yeah.
The power is he had power. He had power to raise from the dead.
Right.
To walk on water. You know, disappear, teleport. To read minds.
Right.
You know? But then he was being killed by these heathen, which are less than dogs.
Right.
And then you got Jake fucking selling out Yahweh Shai. So, you know, the Lord, shoot, that's why that anger, when he comes back, just think how great that anger is going to be that he has for these people. That's what he wanted to do to them on the cross. But he had to wait. Just like when you get spit on your face or punched. You want to handle that now. You don't want to wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, humiliation.
Yeah, the humiliation. That's what we're going to have to walk.
And the shame.
The shame. Hating the shame.
Yeah.
Right? That's in Hebrews 12. Romans 12 is a good one. So we got to be ready. You got to prepare your soul to suffer that. That's why I said there will be a time in Jacob's trouble. You're on your knees, face to the ground, begging Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai to save you. And that's if you're an elect. You know?
But how then shall the scriptures be fulfilled that thus it must be?
It must be. See, there's no going against prophecy. Esau, that's why you're a fool. You think you could change the prophecies. You can't change shit.
Oh, God. Yeah, he's trying to get all these heathens along with him. You know?
Even Satan knew that. He said that. If you jump off this pinnacle, angels will come down and catch you.
Right.
Because it's all predestined. If you say you have something and you throw it out, right? Like they say Ouija boards. Say they burn it and they throw it out and then it comes back. That's a spiritual thing. You know what that is? The devil saying, this belongs with you. This is yours. Because it's all predestined. Just like the Bible was put in our hands many generations. Every lifetime we came back, we didn't know who we were. This generation, we didn't know who we were. And guess what? The Lord put it back in our hand. So that shows you, you know? It's all predestined.
All preordained.
Preordained. If we were to lose our Bible, right, by fate, we would actually get a new Bible back. That's why I was telling the story about the man that gave me that knife. That was a physical event, but it had spiritual meaning.
Yep.
That man didn't know what he was doing. Why would he give me a knife? I'm a slave in his society.
Who was the manager?
No, it's just an old ass Edomite. But that's what I'm saying. He was an old Edomite. That was the main point. Because them old Edomites, they know the history. And that's why it shows that these Edomites, they're getting weaker and we're getting stronger.
Yeah.
So they're going to come down with great violence and persecute us, which is spoken of in Matthew 24 and throughout all the scriptures. And Yahushua is going to deliver us. But these heathen are going to fall under their own sword. But we'll go ahead and wrap it up with that.
Okay.
We want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushua, Ba'Shem, Ha, Rakah, Kodash, Brakadam, to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which taught us the truth. And Shalom to all the hopeful elect. May you endure to the end. And Abba Babal.
Abad Babal.